Yes, sir. Viewers, if you're watching, click on the like button, drop your comment, and also share this program to others. Biafra, 500 billion ITU, Elon Musk, Rihanna, and Nicki Minaj call for Biafra sovereignty. What do you say about this?
Yes, I think I remember a few years ago during when it was being discussed by the Prime Minister himself of Biafra land, Simon Ekpa, before the issues of challenge came with the Finnish government as at that time. Yes, very close to Simon Ekpa, Elon Musk as at that time, with all his structures in the United States of America. It was discovered that Elon Musk has already mapped out to build, 5 largest world-class stadia in Biafra land, and these are investments that are already, are being put in place as at that time. Imagine Elon Musk coming in, to willingly, or even his own investment, build that kind of distance. I think it's still on the pipeline. And remember too, the Biafran space land have a larger territorial waters, bordering, emptying himself completely in the Atlantic Ocean, Pacific Ocean, and other, where we can use it as many as whatever we want to do with it in terms of investment, airport, whatever we want to use it for. We'll have it very enough, to in that direction. But the breaking news has been reported in so many ways is that a certain amount of money has been budgeted, running into several billions of dollars investment on by the high-tech guru and one of the world's richest man, Elon Musk, planning the largest high-tech dome, a hub in Biafra land, and these are signals that a lot of things might be actually be going on, concerning the restoration of Biafra, and of course the investors' kick-off fund, startup fund, a new nation that's about to emerge. We definitely need resources. We definitely need investors. We definitely need people from all walks of life coming in, and nations coming in to invest in that land. The momentum has been something overwhelming, and in fact it has been triggering a lot of check and balances, negotiations, treaties, businesses, conferences, seminars, talk shows, and I might not be able to bring it to the public domain. But as the news filtered in, we decided to feast on it, that Biafra is going to get over 500 billion US dollars investment from that angle, in terms of establishing and one of the largest, biggest headquarters of IT hub in Biafra land. And what also that means is that when you see people like Rihanna, Nicki Minaj, some of these world-class renowned billionaires, US female celebrities, lending their support on Biafra, talking about it, trying to show solidarity, put pressure on the United States government, Donald Trump, to start the process of recognitions. It tells you a lot of things that are about to happen. It tells you that more and more things are going to take place at the end of the day. It will not surprise you. I do not know why Elon Musk has decided to choose Biafran land for that kind of enormous, largest investment, and so far. But I can tell you that a lot of things is already on the pipeline, and is working towards that particular direction. So the fact still remains that at any point in time where we see this kind of a thing, we need to bring it to the public, for Biafrans and not for general consumption, to warm up for something bigger, larger, that is coming to that very particular Elon. Kudos to Elon Musk. And of course, Elon Musk has a significant influence in Donald Trump's government, and has so far been able to move certain level of support in terms of the success that Donald Trump has recorded in that election, and of course to an extent his government. He has contributed so much in terms of IT, in terms of support, logistics, and of course providing some kind of leap in terms of innovations in technology, around the world. So when you see him trying to champion that kind of direction to a nation called Biafra, it tells you that what we are talking about today might not be a child's play, that over 20 powerful billionaires around the world are already setting up their nets, going to definitely break banks to invest in that land, hopefully when everything would have come to reality in terms of nations coming together to show recognition. So it's gathering momentum within the US government currently now. We are seeing a lot of things are already on the pipeline, and we hope, and the most important thing is that UK government under Keir Starmer currently now has made a certain statement that shows that he is no longer with the Fulani North, and any decision that the United States of America definitely going to take about Nigeria is going to receive a coalition backing, is going to receive an allied forces backing, is going to receive treaties support by nations who have entered into treaties with America, and they are going to align with whatever decision that the American government is going to take concerning disintegration of Nigeria. It might not come through the United Nations whatever veto arrangement, but it can come through the sole executive order of the United States of America. Just one executive order, just one tweet. I think there's not how America will come into Nigeria without having full options. There will be options. One of the options will likely be that of disintegration, whether anybody like it or not. That is one of the options we are looking at. That at the end of the day, let this arrangement be separated so that people can go and harness themselves and define themselves. It is not a must by force or that Nigeria must be one, since the unity has continued to collapse on daily basis, and the only people who are victims of this contraption, let me just use that word, are the people who are of the eastern part of the Eastern Bloc. I don't want to talk about South rubbish thing. For me, I'm starting to use that word, but we know the reason why. So the Nicki Minaj, Rihanna, with all their structures on ground, mobilizing for investment for a startup fund for a nation like Biafra is something that should be celebrated.
Viewers, if you are watching, click on the like button, drop your comment and share this program. Do you think he has purposely chosen Abia State because he saw the hard work of Alex Oti? Do you think other governors should also learn from this Alex Oti?
No, I think one of the things that drives that is that the image and the legacies and Abba has been able to build for himself over the years. If you talk about Abba today, you talk about the Japan of Africa. If you talk about today, you talk about industrialization. If you talk about today, you talk about China. You talk about today, you talk about Taiwan. You talk about today, you talk about South Korea. If you talk about today, you talk about Japan. You talk about many things. There's nothing that you go to Abba that you will not have an idea about. More or less of say a place they called Mpo or Newi or thereabout. These are manufacturing hubs. These are people who do not invest in just mediocrity, or you put their time in mediocrity. And when you go there, you know that it's a serious business. These are people who can craft anything from anything and invest their time on it, to make it beneficial to humanity, to transform, to make it something human can be proud of. That's one of the things that make Abba standing. And for him to choose Abba as part of areas or geographical location where he tend to step up his investment, tells you that Abba has laundered his image. Abba has become a reference point globally, where people can say, okay, I go to Abba, made in Abba, and see things for yourself. So if Elon Musk is thinking towards that direction, it's okay, but Abba has a vast land. There's a vast land for there, thousands of acres, but for that kind of investment to come there, more is coming. Stadium is coming, airport too, and these things we are hearing today are only linked to this very man we are talking about today, Elon Musk. He has the wherewithal to kickstart projects like that in Biafra land. I think what most of these investors we are hearing, the biggest investors in the world, about 20 of them in that list, and they are just waiting for the world to recognize Biafra and as a sovereign nation. Then you see the game will be totally open for the real thing.
Okay, viewers, if you are watching, like and share to others. Let me take you on this last one, sir. Do you think through this, Biafra will finally gain fame and freedom?
There was, like it's been predicted, we are going to be the first African nation to win the World Cup. We are breaking jinx, we have laundered our image. Sorry, all over the world, a lot of things will break the jinx. A lot of things will be broken as a result of that, and it will bring, it will quickly bring Biafra as a nation before the global community, before the international community, before the business community, and before the world, as quickly as possible, because when you see big names like this, breaking banks for Biafra as a nation, it tells you a lot of things. So it's a good development, and it will help faster, because I can tell you today, China is already eyeing Biafra. A lot of nations are eyeing Biafra. It has already been signaled in the White House currently now. You can remember, yes, the NATO chief saying that they have already informed Donald Trump, and a lot of powerful individuals around the world have already made it very clearly. You don't need to start telling anybody. The EU and others, they are already getting their briefs, on what to do when the final proclamation of Biafra to stand as a nation takes place. So, investors would like to flood in that land, because this is a land, this is a place that is being believed and seen as one of the most peaceful a place in the world. Let me tell you what makes Japan great today. A lot of people might not understand what actually made Japan great. China, Taiwan, South Korea, and the rest of them great today, just simply because one man decided to do the needful. And what is the needful? Japan became what it is today when they discovered just one technology from America, and they ran with it. Today, Japan has no oil, they have nothing, no resources, they are only leveraging on that simple concept of innovation in technology, and that's what they have become today. The Igbo nation, the Biafran nation, have gained popularity in terms of ingenuity in innovations, invention, and so many other things. So it is going to be a test, of what the real Igbos are when Biafra comes, and the world definitely would like to be part and parcel of that greatness.
Okay, viewers, like and share and also subscribe. Thank you and have a nice day.